Hello, hello, my friends, podcast listening people. Connor Dubier, founder and host of B2B Mentors, here to nerd out with you. Nerd out about B2B marketing, sales, business development. If you also have seen this show, you know we do some phenomenal interviews with highly successful CMOs, marketers, entrepreneurs, you name it. Do me a favor, if it's the first time you're seeing me, give me a little follow. That way you get notified when I go live, which is almost daily. Almost daily, I'm bringing this to you and coming out here and sharing a bit of insights, a bit of what I'm seeing in the world. You can also subscribe to B2B Mentors on all your favorite podcast apps, okay? B2B Mentors. Make sure you subscribe, all your favorite applications. Hope you had a great holiday and New Year. This is the last week of 2021, if you can believe it. And we're diving right into 2022. If you're like me, you're spending this week really connecting with people, doing research, doing homework, and figuring out what is it I want out of next year? What do I want to see out of next year? How many people do I want to help? What kind of strategies do I want to put in place? What kind of sales goals do I want to reach? And so, let me know, what are you working on this week? I want to talk about CMOs becoming CEOs. The reason that this kind of came up for me recently, I was kind of thinking, I was like, wow, I wonder how many CMOs and companies actually get promoted into CEO. I saw an article published the other day that mentioned the chief marketing officer of OnlyFans, the spicy website, if you know what OnlyFans is, was recently promoted to CEO. And I found that interesting because people may perceive that being a marketing director, being a CMO is a totally different skill set from being the actual CEO of the company. And we are seeing an increase of marketers, good marketers, successful marketers who are elevating their careers to being board directors, being involved on advisory calls, meeting with the board members, becoming a CEO, becoming a significant part of leadership. I think I'm going to have to Google this again. I think even in, 2019, Kristen Lemkow, who's the CMO of JP Morgan and Chase, was named CEO. So it does happen. But here's the other reason why I think this point is really important. 2022 is the year of the marketer. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? When I say the year of the marketer, I don't mean it just in, digital marketing budgets are increasing and we're seeing that. Signs of having to go out and do networking events, flying your salespeople around, doing trade shows, doing conferences. We're going to see that continue, but a slowdown and a much more divestment from that into things like digital marketing, content marketing, inbound marketing. And so when I say the 2022 being the year of the marketer, it's not like, okay, great. Yeah, we're the special ones. We get to get more budget and we're prioritized in the company over anybody else. What I really mean by this is there is going to be so much more pressure on marketers in 2022. There's a lot of noise, a lot of people in the beginning stages of the adoption curve when it came to how they ran their company, how they did their branding, how they did their digital marketing. They weren't even considering TikTok years ago. And now you even see B2B marketers who are starting to move into TikTok. In fact, TikTok just the other day surpassed Google in website traffic and website visits, which, if that's not catching your attention, you're not looking at the numbers. So you have the pressure on you to not just be your nice marketing department and you're in your own silo and your company's, wowed and celebrating, oh my God, we got this many likes on our content and we got this many comments on our content that we put out and views. And hey, look at this very beautiful webinar we put together in presentation. The important thing is actually getting the results out of this, getting qualified leads. I've had so many sales leaders, right? The counterpart to the CMO in an organization who are just frustrated because the CMO is just bringing them junk leads or handing them over downloads from a white paper that they promoted out and saying, hey guys, here's some leads, go turn these into sales. This is about the quality of leads and the quantity of business that is actually turning over from this. It's going to be a very competitive landscape. Large companies are going to be battling aggressively for market share from small companies because the smaller companies may be more aggressive in their marketing. They may be more dynamic in their marketing and more flexible in their marketing. So we're seeing this uptick of marketers who are getting much more involved in the bigger picture of the business on board meetings, being promoted to leadership roles. But here's the thing, you do not have to have a job title to treat yourself as an owner of the company, as a shareholder, as the CEO. CMOs in 2022 and beyond should be considering themselves as CEOs. They need to know the ins and outs of business, sales, process, scalability, right? The exit plan, right? Even if there's not an exit plan, they should be treating their business as if there is going to be an exit in the company. There's an exit plan. As if there's much more going on than just that little vacuum that you're in the marketing department. How can you get around people, right? Those who elevate their job titles quickly, they elevate in their career, they elevate in their life, are getting mentors. They're getting around other people who are more successful than them and learning the roadmap, right? I'm a marketer in a salesperson's body. I'm also an entrepreneur, but I learn from people who are engineers and in production and who are CEOs of billion-dollar companies, CMOs of billion-dollar companies, 9-figure entrepreneurs, right? That's over $100 million that they've done in sales. Those are people I'm learning from because I know that I can take different learnings, different expertise from different departments, from people who are more elevated than I, and apply it into my business. So ask yourself this question: how am I treating myself? And again, this doesn't only go for like CMOs and marketing directors. If I'm a salesperson, if I'm in production, if I'm in the accounts department, how can I pretend in the day-to-day as if I own this company? And it can be lonely too, guys. That's why I've been doing these free B2B marketing masterminds. I'm bringing together a group of marketers who would normally kind of be in their own vacuum to get together, ask questions, mastermind with one another, solve each other's problems. Whether you are an entrepreneur or you're a head of a department, any person in some sort of leadership role, surprisingly, you'll find it is a very, very lonely world at the top. So you need to get around other people. What I would recommend is you come attend our free marketing mastermind on January 7th. Okay. I'm going to bring in marketers who have done hundreds of millions of dollars in sales, costs you nothing. Show up, register at the link attached to this video. If you guys have any thoughts or questions on that, love to hear your feedback. If you have topics, right? This upcoming session, we're going to actually get into a room and get feedback on your 2022 marketing plan. So I'm really, really excited about this. It's fun. You know, I've just kind of learned this concept over the years. And part of the reason I launched this podcast was to get around people who are more successful than me, because nobody, not a single person, whether you're the CMO, you're the CEO, you're an investor, nobody creates success on their own. Want to hear your thoughts, right? Are you aiming for a CEO position one day? Do you think that there's a lack of representation of marketers, of CMOs that are in leadership roles, that are being brought in on advisory meetings, on board meetings, right? On investor calls? Is there a lack of that happening in this marketplace? I'd love to hear from you. What are your aspirations for 2022? Tag a CMO below in this video who you think would find this message valuable, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the B2B Mentors podcast. Follow me so you see me when I go live and you get the notifications. Make it great. Much love to you all. I appreciate all of you. Hope you had a great holiday and you're ready for 2022. See you guys.